KTN Business.
Well, from that report, you want to go back to your earlier conversation, and that is the World Savings Day. And I'm still here with Anne Karanja, who is the Managing Director for Postbank. And picking up from where we left it, we looked at right now, people are overburdened. We've seen inflation numbers, at least it's gone down to 5.2%. And looking at all these issues surrounding why someone would consider saving or not, as a bank, what are some of the aspects you might consider moving forward?
Okay, maybe I start from the Postbank perspective.
Oh, yes.
Now, for somebody to be able to save, they need to earn some income. They need a return out of the savings. And we are offering a very competitive interest rate of between 4 to 10%, which is tax-free. At Postbank, we are the only bank that offers tax-free, with the holding tax-free interest. Now, the other issue that a customer would look for is convenience. The convenience of getting the facility to save. We have the mobile banking platform. We have internet banking. Our branches are spread all throughout this nation. And we also have agents, which we call mashinani agents. And customers have the convenience to save at the comfort of their offices, at their homes, or even at their place of business. So we have products that are very affordable. And we cater for all income segments, from the youngest child to the pensioners,
yes,
and also from the low-income earners up to those who are earning a lot of money. Now looking at nationally for Kenya, even globally, what would facilitate savings? First of all, they need an enabling environment. An enabling environment that is helping them to retain some money to save. Because if you're not retaining money, then you have nothing to save. Now, when I look at an enabling environment, you are looking at the political, social, and environmental factors. If there is a state of uncertainty in the nation,
yes,
it means like now the customers are not able to go out and make a living,
yes,
and therefore it will affect their propensity to save. The other issue is taxation. Now, where the taxation is very high, it means customers are not able to retain, or the citizens are not able to retain enough money to save. Now, the other issue is how the household, because household savings are very critical.
Yes.
How is the household outlook to savings? Because you note that there are certain people who earn a lot of money. Taxation is not the issue,
yes,
but they do not have the culture of savings. So we need to inculcate a culture of savings. And in this country, I've been propagating that we introduce within the education sector a curriculum for savings education.
Yes.
So that as
that
a child...
That would be very, very important for a society like Kenya.
Yes. As a child enters nursery, pre-unit, they are taught at that level that do not waste. For instance, do not waste resources. Water costs money. As they progress, teach them how to save. If you have pocket money, you don't have to spend all of it. If you are given 50 shillings to go and buy your snacks or lunch,
yes,
save 10 shillings
sure,
in your piggy bank. And tomorrow, you'll be able to put that money in your child's account, because of it, like for instance, at Postbank, we have an account we call Smarter, which encourages the savings from the time the child is born up to the time they are 18 years before they get an ID. And we have been awarded. We have been awarded internationally by the Child Savings Institute. And once we introduce that curriculum, it means as the child grows, they understand that it is through savings that you can create wealth, where you can become financially independent. And as you proceed, by the time you are reaching university,
sure,
it is almost natural to save.
That's
by
true.
the time you are getting your first paycheck, maybe the first thing you're thinking of is how much should I save?
That's true.
But
most people ideally think of getting
spending.
that car.
Yeah, they want to buy that car. They want to buy to live in that very expensive house in an exclusive exclusive part of the town. So it is very important that we inculcate that culture, because what is lacking in Kenya is that culture of savings. All things said and done,
yes,
I think we lack the will to save, either through ignorance or having our priorities upside down.
Sure.
And it is very important that we continue teaching and propagating financial literacy and savings education, because it is important.
And maybe as we wrap up, looking at where we are as a country with still a low savings culture, as a bank, have you been able to quantify how you've been able to grow your savings really, and by what percentages?
Well, Postbank has been mentioned within the Vision 2030 as the bank that will help the government to bring the savings level from 17% to 30% of GDP. Now, as far as Postbank is concerned, the fact that our mandate is to inculcate a savings culture and to encourage Kenyans to save and provide the means and opportunities for Kenyans to save. We have done this very well. We have partnered with the schools from primary to secondary and colleges. We also have programs with pensioners, because even pensioners, they need to manage their pension and whatever incomes they get monthly thereafter. And we also have savings education for SMEs, where we go to their places of work and we encourage them to save and to manage their finances better. What I would say generally is that the products that we have case studies that we can talk about.
Yes.
People whose lives have been transformed through savings.
Indeed.
As to how we have contributed to the national agenda of improving the savings level, I may not have the numbers, but what I can say is that we have really been impactful as far as savings education is concerned and financial literacy, because you need, first of all, to know how to manage your finances before you can even learn how to save.
Which is a very tricky thing to master.
Yes, and that is why I was saying, if we can keep a financial diary, you track your income and your spending every day, then you see where the wastage is, where you are spending unnecessarily, buying clothes you don't need with money you don't have. You know, changing cars every other day. And a car is a consumer, it is not an investment. And therefore, we can change our priorities and start thinking savings. Because through savings, you end up being financially independent.
I agree.
Yeah.
Interesting. Speaking about savings, when I was in high school, my second bicycle that I bought, I had saved every coin of it.
Congratulations.
I remember the first bike, my father bought it for me.
Yeah.
Well, we've had that interesting conversation with Anne Karanja, who is the Managing Director at Postbank. Many thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Abby.
And indeed, it's a conversation we will definitely be continuing here